So we're here at the Toyota Motorsports Garage. This year we're building a 2025 4Runner that is going to have a surf vibe to it. It's such an iconic vehicle, and when you think about the fact that it has not been redesigned since 2010, putting this car in our hands with just a little bit of time to do it is absolutely terrifying. There it is. This is a chance to throw back to that first generation 4Runner that had the complete removable top. At the same time as we had the 4Runner, Japan had the Hilux Surf. With this particular vehicle, we're gonna have just over 2 months to do it. And the one thing that's not gonna change is we're still gonna swing for the fences. We're still gonna try to do a major build on this.
We wanted it to really be a throwback, as true as we could be, to the 84. So we decided to cut the entirety of the roof off and make it a two-door, just to really pay tribute to that 84.
This is about stage 4 rendering right now. This is with the top off. This is a huge amount of pressure. In some respects, I'm terrified but excited at the same time.
You know, as a kid, this would be something that I would see at the beach. You know, you kind of fantasize like, hey, maybe I can get one of those one day. And well, here it is 20 some odd years later and I get to work on one. And so it's kind of fun that way, that it's kind of, you know, one of those things that you never really thought would come true. And here it is coming true.
We had the opportunity to get a previous generation 4Runner into our shop. And even though it shares nothing hardly with the new one, it feeds us back information.
We did cut the old truck, the top off, just to see what processes we should use. As far as like, we'll probably end up using a body saw and a little bit of a die grinder to cut through some of the hardened material off in the top.
Well, so far we've had about 2 hours to look at the vehicle. So if you were to come straight across there, you're cutting up the window.
It's kind of put all our heads together, get it to look as good as we can possibly think with tape lines.
Brad and Cole, both part of the Toyota family, are helping us out with the 3D printing portion of this, and they were able to come by and spend some time with us today and gave some great suggestions on where to make cut lines and where to mate the two pieces up together when we're done.
It's nice to have it in person. When you're looking at everything through CAD, you don't quite get the sheen or the color of what's going on, and so when you actually start getting it in person and actually physically touching it and seeing it, you can kind of form an idea, and then now we're just kind of running with that idea and seeing which way it takes us.
We want this thing to look like it was built by the factory. We got the back of the car pulled apart. It looks like Justin, David, and Brad were able to get that thing pretty gutted. It's a nice big cargo space. It also lends itself to a lot of flat areas, so we should be able to do a really nice job with interior and still create what I was hoping for, a really, really weather-friendly vehicle.
We've been working on a front seat mount for the passenger front seat to kind of flip up and fold out of the way so you can get in through the front door, since the rear doors are all going to be welded shut. So we're making it into a two-door, theoretically. Paul Dolschel has been helping us out kind of with the stampings and kind of pushing that stuff forward for us to be, I guess, more interconnected with Toyota.
The guys have really worked hard to keep the true feeling, the inspiration of the vehicle, but use a lot of new technology in it, whether it be the different stamping opportunities or hydroforming or anything else. It has been a collaborative effort, and that's the fun stuff.
We're going to stamp turbo into the front doors.
We've always stamped in because that's kind of what we traditionally do. Now, a long time ago, like in the 60s and the 70s, we actually stamped out. So our die face designers were like, well, why don't we stamp it out this time? Everybody seemed to like it the last time, and it'll be different. The hood is definitely a one of a kind.
We're going to try to do a topographical map mural into the hood of the car.
So this is actually a map that we formed into the hood with the roboforming process. I think once it's painted, it'll really pop and it'll really show the map itself and how detailed it is. So we kind of went parallel path, that we did something that we could stamp in-house, and then we had the version with the topography on it. It really gives Marty and his team, you know, several options that they can choose from for their finished vehicle.